Hello, and welcome to a guided breath meditation for beginners. This meditation is meant to increase focus and awareness and allow you to become more present with the breath and in your everyday life. This particular video is meant for beginners. To start, please take a comfortable seat. If you're sitting on a cushion or on the ground, you can sit with your legs loosely crossed. In general, you'll be more comfortable if you have your knees falling a little bit below your hips. If you're in a chair, you can just sit a little bit away from the back of the chair and place your feet firmly on the ground, about hips width apart, facing forward. You want to feel grounded when you sit down to meditate. So feeling the weight of your body on the earth, and then you lift up through the spine itself, almost like there's a string at the top of your head pulling you straight up along the spine. We don't lift through the shoulders. We actually allow the shoulders to relax because so many of us are used to sitting a little bit slouched over throughout the day. It might take some getting used to keep an upright back. And with that in mind, you can just pick your hands up and drop them palms down on your thighs. In the Tibetan tradition, this is actually known as resting energy. To keep your palms down, it helps to calm and settle the mind. But on a practical level, this will allow you a little bit of extra support for your back. Allow the head to rest on top of the spine with your chin slightly tucked in. And you'll notice that if you let your jaw hang open a little, it brings a natural sense of relaxation to the other muscles in your face. Your tongue can just rest up against the roof of your mouth, allowing for clear breathing. If you're used to meditating with your eyes closed, you can do that. That's fine. But if you prefer, you could keep your eyes open, just resting your gaze about 3 feet ahead of you on the ground in a completely loose and unfocused manner. We're just becoming familiar with our body in this moment, taking the time to notice where we might be holding some tension and then relaxing those muscles. And now we can become familiar with the breath. To begin that process, we bring our full attention to both the physical sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath. Just feeling the breath as it moves through our body. And in order to stay a little bit more focused, we can count the breaths. So you notice the in-breath and the out breath, and there's a little gap at the end of the out breath. And in that gap, you can just silently say 1 to yourself. And then another cycle of the breath comes and goes. And then you say 2. And then you continue like this, adding a number at the end of each exhale. At a certain point, you might find yourself distracted from the breath. This is entirely normal because the mind is always generating thoughts and concepts and emotions throughout the day. Just because this is happening now does not mean that you're getting the meditation wrong or you're a bad meditator. Quite the opposite. This is the golden opportunity to train the mind to come back, to be focused on the present moment, so that it can be more present in the rest of your life also. So when you notice that you've drifted off into thought, you can silently and gently say, thinking to yourself. So just label it as thinking, just to acknowledge the thought. We don't say it's a good thought or a bad thought, we just say thinking. And then we steer ourselves back to the breath, starting over again at 1. At a certain point, you might notice that you're more able to stay with the breath. In fact, you might even get to 21 cycles of the breath. And it's a good chance to start over. We can return to 1, and in this way, we're not becoming competitive with ourselves to try to figure out how far we can go. We're just allowing this counting exercise to keep us focused on the breath in any given moment. We can always start over at 1. Continue to breathe in and breathe out with the counts. And remember that every time the mind wanders, it's okay. That's just what the mind does. Our job is to stay anchored to the breath. And you might have to do this several times. Label the thoughts as thinking, and then coming back to the breath, starting from 1. You can slowly start again and again. But if you want to transition out of the meditation practice, you open your eyes or you raise your gaze, stretch your body, and take this moment to just slowly transition into the rest of your day. Practicing this meditation daily will help us to be more present and focused on our everyday life. Thank you.